Hey, what's up, soldiers? My name's GregFPS, the Zombies Extraordinaire, and today, guys, we're gonna be with Raheem, who currently has the Call of the Dead solo Easter egg speedrun world record of 5 minutes and 23 seconds. How are you doing, Raheem?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, so Raheem has a bunch of various world records, and it was just a matter of time when he was gonna get this one back. Of course, Call of the Dead is my favorite Black Ops 1 map, and I know a lot of people really love Call of the Dead as well because it's one of those maps that just can't be replaced. It's so special with George Romero and like all the other stuff, but it was also the first map to have a solo Easter egg that you could actually do solo. So, was there a specific reason why you chose to do Call of the Dead?
Back in the day, me, Zenith, Reese, and Fallout, we were all going for all the Black Ops 1 records, so I went for Call of the Dead solo, Zenith went for Moon solo.
Okay, so it was kind of just like something you figured you would enjoy doing.
Yeah, I love Call of the Dead's Easter egg, so it only makes sense to do the solo one.
Yeah, it was crazy. I remember that period of time when you guys were just going absolutely insane, getting like every record and then going for better times as well. Like for those. So you would get the record and then like beat your time and just try to like get it as maxed out as possible, then upload like the best run you had. So pretty crazy. So we're gonna start it here and just talk about your strats and all that sort of thing. Let's do it. All right, so you buy the M14 right off the bat. Is that just used to kill the zombies faster?
Yeah, it's good for getting the early rounds down early,
Okay.
fire fast.
And then obviously you shoot George so that you can get the zombies to spawn a little faster. They become more aggressive and whatnot, right?
Yeah, like, it's free 20 seconds or something like that.
Yeah, that's cool. So obviously on round one, you're just gonna like try to end the round as fast as possible. Is there any like spawn manipulations that you've noticed?
No, you just have to hope they don't spawn on the other side of that big rock, like against the water. That's a really bad spawn to have, but everything else is fine.
Yeah. I remember the one like behind the bridge on the other side is pretty bad. There, you use all your pistol ammo like pretty much right away. But,
Usually I save it to round 3 because if you use up all your pistol ammo in round 2, you're pretty much guaranteed a drop at the end, and I don't really want that. So usually I don't use my pistol at all, but I was kind of zoned out, so I was like, whatever, I'll grab some free points.
yeah, how long did you spend running this before this run?
Uh, well, I figured out this strat like a week and a half ago, but in total, I have ran it on and off for months.
Okay, so it was kind of just one of those things that you knew you wanted to get back, but you're
Yeah.
getting a little
I
annoyed maybe by the box RNG or something.
Yeah, I think the longest I went was like 5 days without a VR11, so that was kind of cool. But
Yeah, that sucks.
I beat the old time with the lighthouse grenade you'll see later. But I beat it by 2 seconds in a really bad run, and then I was gonna get like a 620, but I picked up a death machine when I went to knife the door to start the VR11 step, so I couldn't use the VR11. So that
That
was
sucks.
terrible.
Yeah. The death machine is really annoying in Black Ops 1 because you can't put it away. So like sometimes if your teammate goes down, you accidentally pick one up. You can't res them either, which is just so annoying. So obviously you're gonna go up top and turn on power pretty quick. Is there a reason you do it on round 4 like regularly, or is that just
It's more just this is the earliest you can because of points, and then you can just move on to the rest of the Easter egg and get points along the way.
yeah? So you open the other barrier so you could launch over right away, and you just knife the door, and you can just go right up and get the fuse, right? It like skips the quotes or something.
You still have to wait for Dempsey's quote to play out, but you can't hear it. Well, maybe you can hear it, but yeah, you just knife the door, you get some points, and then you grab the fuse and put it in. At this point in the run, everything is just you need points. You need 3,000 points to get everything done, and then you can do the rest of the Easter egg.
Okay, so the next step is the like big generators outside the map. Like you pretty much hit them every time, like perfect when you play, or you just used to
Oh,
it.
not even close. I missed the lighthouse one I was doing when I was grinding this a few months ago. This one right here, the boatnade. I started practicing it when I started leaving early instead of farming points at the lighthouse. So right there, what I did is I cooked the grenade just short of 3 times, and then I ran, jumped, and threw it over the boat to the generator outside the map.
Yeah,
And
were you able to hear when you actually blew it up?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay,
Sometimes it blows
this
up in the
one,
water.
how the hell did you figure that one out?
I I was trying to find a way I could make it so I didn't have to run all the way down there to throw the nade. The grenade for the stamina one is the old way was just so frustrating and inconsistent. But this way is pretty consistent.
Yeah, because you gotta
Um,
run all the way down there. That literally saves at least a minute not going all the way down there. Plus, you don't need to get all the points to open the doors for it.
yeah.
So you got the VR11 first box hit. Obviously, if it was more, you have 0 points after opening that door. So obviously you go down here because you want to get your Mustang and Sally's to down the guy. It's pretty crazy that you just stayed at this point the entire time. You had to down from a zombie because you used all your moves, obviously. At this
Yeah.
point, like, were you just trying to stay on the round, or did it not really matter?
I just had to make sure I didn't die, but there should only be like 3 zombies. I was definitely shaking though. I
Yeah,
was really
I would
nervous.
assume so. Like, once you get the VR11, you know, like, you have the possibility of getting a run.
Yeah.
So there you got the golden rod, and you just place it, and the only other thing you have to do is like knife the fuse box once they fail. So you did
Something
another skip right
small.
there, right?
Yeah. So I put the golden rod in and I ran to the spot, and that stopped my character from talking, which is a relatively new thing I've been doing. And then I knifed the fuse box and run back to that spot again to skip the Ultimus dialogue, which saves a bunch of time.
Okay, so let's go back to the beginning and restart it, and we'll just talk more about the run overall. So obviously, like, since you did get the record, what are some things that changed when you first started running it? Because I remember you had the record like a while ago, and then a couple other people jumped in. Was there like a main reason you wanted to go for it, or
Um,
get the record again? I guess.
the very first thing after I got the record originally, I'm pretty sure it was Pizza. He started running to do the boatnade, which I did here again, which it's something I dropped for the record before, but it's a really good idea, so I started doing that again. He did that and it saved like a load of time, and I remembered doing that. Um, and then after I did that run, Kingman beat my run, my new run. So I started messing around with nade throws, and that's how I got the lighthouse nade.
Okay.
Um, I knew the boat nade existed. It's just I couldn't figure out how to make it consistent, and it's still not the most consistent thing in the world, but it's doable. It's not like terrible.
Yeah, the thing about the generators is they're super inconsistent sometimes too. Like, you can blow up a generator when it's in the bombs or grenade. It's in the water sometimes, and other times
Yeah.
you like airburst it right over it and it doesn't work. Stuff like that. Do you think like doing co-op runs helped at all?
Definitely for when we were messing around with 3P again to try to take it back from you guys, but well, we didn't make it. But I was doing the lighthouse nade, so that got me a lot of practice.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that run is still not that great. Like, I think it could be better. But like, okay, so now that you have the record, what do you think is like the big time saves that could be added into this run?
Um, the rounds were pretty good. They could be a little bit faster. But
Okay.
the main thing is at the end, I could have picked up the golden rod without going down any further. And then I shot a zombie, and then I missed the knife on the fuse box, and then I reloaded instead of sprinting straight to the Wonderwall. So I easily lost like 3 or 4 seconds.
Yeah, it's crazy that these runs are so fast because of how like minuscule the Easter egg is. Like, compared to obviously like, Tagged or Toad and stuff, like there's a huge difference when it comes to this one. as opposed to those. So many things that are just not included in the Easter egg is so simple, especially in solo.
Yeah.
So, obviously, like you said, you like Call of the Dead and you enjoy doing the Easter egg. Was this how many times do you think it like took you beating the Easter egg to like figure out you could actually do it, or did you just reset if you didn't get the VR11 right away?
Um, Before this, I was doing a strat that made it so I could hit box early and late, but for the final bit I did, I would miss nades more often than not, which kind of sucked, but it didn't really matter most of the time because VR11 is like a 1 in 20 chance.
Hmm. So obviously, like if you don't hit the box till the end, like you did in this game to get the VR11, like you must have had to reset a bunch as well after hitting all the grenades, right?
Yeah.
So I
Um,
guess you get practice either way. What was the reason?
yeah.
Oh, you just ran up here to. That makes sense. That saves some time too. Yeah, that flinger is really helpful getting across. I was actually kind of surprised about this throw still. Like, I don't understand how the hell you figured that out. That's crazy. You're so far away, but it's like just a random window. And then this throw is pretty hard too, throwing it in the middle over there. And then actually throwing this one like in the room is pretty intense because you got like stunned a lot. I remember like throwing that one from inside the lighthouse is a little more safe, I guess. So right here, you're just literally getting the 1,000 points so you can buy the door immediately. At this point, like you said, you were shaking and everything. Did you know like you're definitely getting the record this run?
This, I was getting the record by over a minute and a half this run, I felt.
Yeah. So like,
That's,
were you worried that the zombie wasn't gonna hit you in time?
I had a run with the old strategy I was doing where you could hit the box twice. And I had 3 crawlers at the bottom of the beam, and they didn't down me in time for the one that went in. And yeah, so that was
You
really
lost the
annoying.
run completely.
Yeah, it would have been like a 610.
Okay. So what was the record before? It was like 7 something, right?
654.
Okay. So you definitely like smashed the hell out of it. A minute and a half. Yeah. Dang. That's crazy. So, like I said, like I think everyone's getting excited for the release of Cold War and everything. Is there any other runs you want to go for, and you think you're going to be speedrunning in Cold War as well if the game's fun?
I'll probably wait a bit before I speedrun Cold War. There's not really anything going on for me right now, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like people are going to be grinding. Like, there's so many speedrunners now, especially I feel like over the past few months, like everyone's been coming back and there's been a lot of record changes. Like, people are really fighting over SOE. There's like crazy strats being
Oh,
found every day and everything.
yeah,
That's
that new
crazy.
Steve strat's crazy.
Yeah, that is definitely insane. So anyways, thank you for joining me once again, guys. You can check out Raheem. He has a YouTube channel down below where he uploads all his records. How many records do you have right now? A lot, right?
Probably like 35 or something.
So what's your favorite speed run, and which one do you think is like your most impressive?
My favorite, probably Tag 4P, and I'd probably maybe call it the most impressive.
Okay, because I know you do like Die Rise, Buried, like all the classics, and then you have a lot of Black Ops 1 records as well. That's really cool. I like how like you have, you play all the games and you have records from all the games rather than just like one specific game. There's a lot of people like that where they just play one game and that's the only game they play, and they have records on that game, but that's it. They're kind of like one trick ponies, I guess. And then
Yeah.
then there's people like you and Zenith, and you guys just go crazy on all the games because you like all of them. So that's cool as well. So thank you for joining me once again. Check them out, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. We're gonna put it on hold for a little bit with Cold War launching, but I will get back to doing this probably in a month, maybe 2, and continue on the series. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.